What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So I just got some James Bond type stuff. Oh, for Mr. Duke here. Dude, it's crazy. Like, this technology exists, clearly, right? Because we're using it. Is this a hint of what's to come for humans? I hope not. I really, really do. It's kind of creepy, but... yeah, I wanted a way that I could let Mr. Duke here outside while I was at work, because he sleeps all day, and then when I get home from work, he is firmly up my behind all night. And he's got all this pent-up energy. He doesn't sleep very much at night. I can hear him getting up and down, and he's all over the place. So I figured if I could let him out during the day while I was at work, he could go play with his cat friends, go sling catnip on the corner, or do whatever he does. I don't know. I do have a GPS collar for him so I can see where he's at. I haven't been using it lately because he always comes home. But yeah, I wanted a way I could let him out. I didn't even know these existed. So this is a cat door that will actually read the microchip that's implanted under his skin. So he could, all of his collars could fall off and everything, and he'd still be able to get in the house. But it would also not allow skunks and raccoons and his other cat friends to enter the house. So it'll, supposedly it reads his chip while he walks up to it, it unlocks and he can pass through. And then once he's through, it locks again. So nothing else can get through. Pretty cool. So we're gonna open this up. Obviously I'm gonna need him close by to program it. So maybe I'll do that right now, is slap some batteries in it and program it while he's right here before he takes off. And then we'll install it into my door and test it out. So I was expecting a little bit of a fight trying to program it, you know, having your cat stand still long enough. This was the easiest thing I ever had to program. It picked up his microchip in like a millisecond. It was quick. So you just put the batteries in, the light comes on, then you hold down the button that's under this battery door for 5 seconds. The light comes on, then you take this thing and just stick it over your cat's head. And as soon as I did that, it was like, boom, it was like a millisecond. Boom, it read his chip. The light went out. And then I tested it and stuck it over his head again, and I could see, and the door's unlocked. Pretty cool, man. So there's in and out, there's out only, and there's in only, and then there's locked. So locked, obviously you're not getting anywhere. So the only thing, if you have a small dog, maybe, that you don't want to go outside, here's the only problem. This does not require the microchip to leave. It only requires the microchip to come back in. So, if you had a small dog and they could fit through this, and you're thinking that it would keep them inside, it will not. Not unless you put it on in only and let your cat out manually, and then he can get back in by himself. But I think this is a good idea. It's got a nice gasket on it because basically in the summer and in the winter I'm letting my air conditioning and my heat out. I'm really more concerned about the air conditioning than I am the heat. It's actually cheaper. It's cheaper to heat this apartment than it is to cool it. I have no idea why, but that's just the way it is. So obviously this door would be easier because it's flat, but that goes down into the common hallway, and that's where the 2-bedroom apartment uses that side door all the time. I mean, that's their primary door. So I wanted to pick a door that no one else uses, so I didn't have to worry about really the door being down there at the bottom of the stairs being closed. But I'm probably gonna buy something that I can prop the door open down there so people don't close it, and I'll leave a note or something. But yeah, I'd like to install it on this old door here if I could. You know, because that door is new. This door is mad old. So if at some point, you know, I don't want the cat door anymore, I could just change this old door to a new one. It's really old anyway. Alright, well, it came with a paper template, but I found it easier just to use this back lid, put it on the door where you want it, trace out the inside with a pencil, and then cut it out with a jigsaw. Then I drilled 2 holes where the screws need to go, oversized, and then I ran into a little bit of trim here. So I just used my multi-tool and just blasted it right out of there. So now I should be able to just put in the screws, and we should be good to go. Alright guys, so quick update on this. So obviously the solenoid makes a noise when the cat sticks his head in there, and it kind of freaked him out. So I took all the batteries out, and I took some Scotch tape, and I taped these little fangs down. You can see them. Those are the locking devices. So now, and I left the door on in or out, so it swings both ways. And for the first day, I took Scotch tape and I taped the door up like this. And I let the cat, and I took Duke and I put him in and I put him out and I put him in and put him out. Got him used to it, like just jumping through it without the click, and kind of got used to it. And then I caught him doing it on his own. So then I figured it was time for step 2, which is door down. And this took a little more convincing for him, but I just caught him doing it on his own. So I'm gonna see if I can get it on film for you guys. And then I guess the next step is to put the batteries in and turn the fangs back on, and he should be good to go. So I'm gonna put him out there. I'm gonna put him outside and offer him a treat, and you guys will see him push that thing right open and come right inside. Kitty, you want a treat? Come on. Come on, you want a treat? Come on. You want a treat? Come on. Good kitty. Look at that. That's a good boy. Alright guys, day 3. Duke's used to the door now. He's been going in and out by himself, no problem. I heard him do it while I was sleeping last night too. So I figured this was the last step. Putting the batteries back in and taking all the tape off. So I put my lithium-ion rechargeable AA batteries back in. And just in case, I re-held the program button and stuck his head in there and heard it click and open. And then we did a test run, and I forced him in there from the outside. I heard it click, and he jumped through. No problem. It doesn't require, like, see, going out isn't a problem for him, because by the time he gets here, it clicks, and he's already halfway out, so it's not a problem. He just jumps through. But when you're coming in, you stick your head to the glass and it clicks before you even start pushing on the glass. So it's a little scary. And sometimes he has to stick his head in, back out, and stick his head back in to get it to read for some reason. And sometimes it clicks before he even gets to the door. So I don't understand it, but it does work. And I'm sure he will figure it out over time. But this is the final step. So he went out on his own tonight with the batteries in, and it clicked, and he had no problem getting out. So he's outside right now. having a secret meeting with his cat friends. And I figure as soon as he comes home, I'm gonna try to force him to make his own entry with the batteries tonight. If he wants his treat and he wants a warm bed, he's gonna have to muster up the courage. Because I'm gonna go down there and lock that door. And no, I would not trap my cat in the hallway all night with no litter box and no food. I know my cat. I know him well. He will get through that door, trust me. You want your snack? Come on. Come on. Come on, kitty. Come on. Look at that. Look at you. You did it. I knew you had it in you. So we literally just watched him come through that hole on his own with the clicking and everything. And then after he had his little snack, he went out on his own. But now he's having trouble getting back in because he's not coaxed by a tree. So, the door is shut down there and locked. So I'm gonna give him about a half hour and try to get him to do it on his own. Alright guys, so we're on day like 5 now. Duke is, he's afraid of that clicking noise, man. It just bugs him. So I had to pull the batteries back out, tape the fangs back down, and now he's passing through, in and out, on his own, no problem. And Duke's not a skittish cat by any means. You know, you can run the vacuum cleaner right up to his nose. He will not move. He's not afraid of dogs. He's not afraid of anything. He's not afraid of people. He's a very, very friendly cat. But yeah, that little click, it bugs him. Which I like the idea of it reading his microchip so that it only opens for those who have permission, right? And not a skunk or raccoon or something like that when I'm not home. It's a cool idea, but I think PetSafe needs to work on the solenoid click. It is loud, you know, and if they stick their head into that little tiny space and you hear a click, yeah, of course I see why it would be kind of scary. So I've already paid for it, so I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna dissect it and see if I can stick something in there, a piece of foam, stick-on foam somewhere to soften whatever's clacking in there. I know we can soften the noise up a little bit, but yeah, if you have a skittish cat in any way, I wouldn't get that door. I would just get a regular door. And if you have a fat cat, definitely make sure you go with a large or extra large, because you can see Duke's kind of a string bean, and he just barely fits through the medium. But yeah, anyways guys, I was hoping, but we'll see. I'm gonna let him use it like it is for a few weeks and just really get him used to it, and then who knows, maybe I'll chuck the batteries back in at some point and see if I can get him to do it. It might just take a little more training, or maybe I need to open it up, I don't know. But anyways guys, see you later.